In uni, we used to talk about one-liners, and we'd laugh about the funniest things strangers would say to each other to make a connection. A famous one was, "Do you come here often?" I wonder what are some of the best ice-breaking questions you've heard. In this video, we'll talk about the thrill of building those strong connections with people. Encounters can become exciting adventures as we build togetherness, trust, and carry life-giving truth. In the encounter Jesus had with the woman at the well, she says to him, "I know that the Messiah is coming. When he comes, he will tell us all things." She was waiting for someone in particular and didn't realize he was sitting right in front of her. Jesus says to her, "I who speak to you am he." Often we need that switch in our brains turned on to realize here is a potential friend right here in front of me. Once our perspective is changed, it's incredibly satisfying to dig deeper for those gold nuggets in people completely different to us. I've found connections can be created much quicker through a few helpful tips. Asking good, open-ended questions, listening well, and learning how to tell your own stories in an interesting way. So some examples might be to use interesting adjectives and phrases, make eye contact, increase your energy levels, invoke someone's imagination, use hand gestures, identify their emotions. Are they feeling flat, or are their eyebrows raised as though they heard you say something interesting? Ask them questions to make your story more interactive. All these tips add character to your stories, and all of these tips are included in the study guide that goes along with this video. In our relationship with God, it's the intimacy that builds our trust in who He is and how confident we are that He's got our best interest in mind. Intimacy with God is often built through trials. When we wrestle with God about the justice of situations, that conflict builds intimacy, and it's the same with people. I've said in a previous video that there's intimacy on the other side of conflict. A similar thing can be said of vulnerability. As Jesus touches on a sensitive subject with the woman at the well, speaking about her many failed marriages, He's not exposing her but ministering to her with compassion. He's affirming her. She would have responded very differently if she had felt judged by Him. While it can be awkward to expect others to open up about things close to their hearts, we can take the first step and share challenges we are going through ourselves. And this is a step towards creating a safe space for them to share as well. When we stay in a conversation that produces feelings of conflict or differences inside of us, we voluntarily become vulnerable. And this can have the same effect. What we're building through these encounters is a sense of trust. If I'm showing you my inner world and you accept that, I build trust in you, and the same happens vice versa. Pushing through an uncomfortable sense of rejection, finding the root, adjusting, pursuing that next conversation and stepping forward in the relationship will lead you to build something that really lasts and is extremely valuable. Jesus says to the Samaritan woman, "Whoever drinks of the water that I shall give him will never thirst. But the water that I shall give him will become in him a fountain of water springing up into everlasting life." The Samaritan woman is so moved by her encounter with Jesus and so convinced He has something valuable that she goes into her city and sends others out to meet Him as well. You know, no matter how much people appear to have everything together, we are all searching for that sense of satisfaction and filling. If you and I will look beyond our own limitations and step out of the comfort zone, we'll discover how much life God has to offer people. His living water really is what people are searching for, and you have it. Do you know that? Are you aware of the life-giving truths that you carry as a Christian? Do you know the 5 parts to the gospel story and why it would be an incredible blessing to carry into another person's life? I'll put a link in this video so you can hear Pastor Ken talking about the 5 parts to the story, tell the story. So check that one out. Often we focus on the differences between us and another person, but as we begin to open up our lives and search deeper into theirs, we will find that we all have a lot in common. questions about our identity, our purpose, our value, what we contribute to the world, how we're impacted by our relationships. These things unite us, and conversations on that level are incredibly powerful. Make sure you have some deeper level questions tucked away and ask God for more of those divine conversations. I can tell you now, you will definitely be enthralled by the journey.